Hi everyone, hola a todas y todos. Hola. My name is ANDRESSIA Ramirez and I'm so excited to be here with all of you. Ever since I was invited, I have been looking forward to sharing my story with you, offering a little bit of advice that I hope will inspire you to be proud of who you are, work hard, and most importantly, dream big. Something really cool about me is that 21 years ago, I was sitting right where you are now. I went to Sallie Howard just like you. I remember listening to speakers at assemblies, and now I'm the one that gets to stand here in front of you, so it really does feel like a full circle moment for me. And you know what? Maybe one day you will be up here, one day inspiring the next generation. Today I get to kick off Hispanic Heritage Month, El Mes de la Hispanidad, with all of you. Now raise your hand if you know what it is. I would hope so. If you don't, it's okay. You're going to be learning a lot about it. So Hispanic Heritage Month is celebrated from September 15th to October 15th. It's a time where we recognize and celebrate the contributions of Hispanic and Latinx Americans to our country's history, culture, and achievements. We honor leaders, artists, scientists, and everyday people who have shaped our communities. It starts on September 15th because it is the anniversary of independence for a few Latin American countries: Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and Nicaragua. And for me, as Mexican American, we also celebrate Mexican Independence Day on September 16th. During this month, it's important to learn about Hispanic culture, but it's also important to share it. If you're Latino, this is a time to embrace it and celebrate your heritage. Be proud of your traditions, your language, your food, your music. I am happy to see some of the teachers here wearing their traditional clothing. Who here loves tacos? Okay, I thought so. You see, that's the part of sharing our culture through the things we love. Now, I want to share a little bit about my story with you guys. I grew up here in Wilson as a Latina. When I was your age, I attended this very school, Sallie Howard. My family had just moved here from Mexico, and I was about to start kindergarten. There was just one little problem: I didn't know English. And I'm sure most of you, some of you, if not most, understand the feeling, being in a room full of kids and you can't understand anything they're saying. It was really tough. The only English I knew was how to say, "May I go to the bathroom? ¿Puedo ir al baño?" I was struggling, but I had teachers who worked with me, and I slowly started learning the language. If it wasn't for them, I might have failed kindergarten, but I didn't, because I had people around me who helped and never gave up. My mom was a Spanish teacher here, so Sallie Howard wasn't just school, it was like a second home for me. We learned English together, made friends, and built a community. And when I think back to my time here, some of my favorite memories revolve around sharing our raíces, our roots. I remember watching my mom and some of our teachers dance folklorico on this very stage. That moment showed me how important it is to celebrate our culture and share it with others. But growing up wasn't always easy. Maybe some of you have felt the same. I often felt like I didn't quite fit in, like I was too Mexican for the United States and too American for Mexico. I wanted to blend in, so I turned away from anything that showed my culture. I didn't want to speak Spanish because I was afraid my accent when I spoke English would be too strong. I didn't realize back then that these differences were what made me special. The older I got, the more I learned that hiding parts of myself was never the answer. What I needed to do was embrace everything that made me me. Whether it's your culture, your language, or your traditions, don't be afraid to share it. There's power in being proud of who you are. One of the biggest reasons I'm standing here today is because of education. Growing up, my mom would always say, "Estudia para que no batalles como yo," which means study so you do not struggle like I do. Many of you probably have heard the same from your parents. My mom was a single mother, and I knew that education was the key to helping her and creating a better life for both of us. Education became my North Star. It guided me through the tough times. There were days when balancing school with family responsibilities felt like too much. Some of you might know what it's like to help your parents as translators or interpreters, right? It's a lot of responsibility, but school helped me find a way. Through education, I learned that knowledge is power. I became interested in politics, history, and public speaking, and that opened up a new world for me. When you learn, you grow. And when you grow, you find your voice. I found mine, and now I use it to help others. Now let's talk about stereotypes. Raise your hand if you've ever felt like someone made an assumption about you because of where you're from or what you look like. Yeah, I know that feeling. Growing up Latina, people assumed I wouldn't go far, that I didn't have big dreams. But here's the thing, we all have big dreams. Don't let anyone tell you that you cannot be who you want to be, or that you can't do things based on stereotypes. Those labels do not define you. You define yourself through your actions, your hard work, and your kindness. We break stereotypes not by arguing or by staying quiet, but by showing through our actions how strong, hardworking, kind, and determined we are. When people see how strong and determined you are, they'll start to see beyond those labels. So if anyone tries to put you in a box, break out of it and show them who you really are. When I decided to go to college, it wasn't easy. There were financial challenges, cultural differences, and times when I doubted myself. But I kept pushing forward because I knew I had a purpose. Today, I work as an activist for immigrant rights at the North Carolina Justice Center. My job is to teach others about their rights and speak to lawmakers about how different policies affect our communities. I've even had the opportunity to speak at the United Nations as a youth delegate of Mexico. All of this was possible because I didn't give up. I used my education and my experiences to create a better future for myself and others. When you face obstacles, remember that you can overcome them. It's okay to ask for help, and it's okay to make mistakes. What matters is that you keep trying. Now let's talk about how we can empower each other. Look around you. This is your community. Each one of you has the power to make someone else feel seen, heard, and valued. That's why it's important to accept and celebrate our differences. No two people are the same, and that's what makes the world the amazing place that it is. We might come from different backgrounds, speak different languages, or celebrate different holidays, but that's something to be proud of. Don't ever hide who you are. Instead, let's build a community where everyone feels seen and included. As we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, remember that we all have something special to offer. Whether it's your culture, your talents, or your kindness, you bring something unique and valuable to your school and to your community. We break stereotypes by showing people who we really are through our actions. It's not about arguing, and it's not about staying quiet. And to end this, I want to wrap up. I want to leave you with a chant to energize you for the rest of the day. So if you can repeat after me, I am unique.
I am unique.
I am proud.
I am proud.
I am unstoppable.
I am unstoppable.
We are unstoppable.
We are unstoppable.
Now the last and hardest one, but I know you guys have it, and those who speak Spanish, please put some emphasis on this. Feliz mes de la Hispanidad.
Feliz mes de la Hispanidad.
Muchas gracias. I am so proud of all of you. And I know that each one of you will do great things and will be standing here speaking to students in the future. Estoy tan orgullosa de ustedes y sé que harán grandes cosas. Muchas gracias por escucharme.